Brandin Podziemski clears stance on Stephen Curry's future as he confesses humbling experience with Warriors. If you want to talk about a team that turned the tables for real, you have to give it to the Golden State Warriors without guessing. Remember December? Lackluster. But come February, the Warriors' revival since signing Jimmy Butler has been a sight. They were 11th in January, with playoffs seeming like a long shot by all means. But while Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler will be getting all the plaudits, Brandin Podziemski's second-season comeback has gone a little under the radar. His growing influence has given the Dub Nation hope in the future, with retirement on the cusp for many of their star players. This lineup 10 years ago would have set the league on fire. With Curry and Draymond Green in their prime, that's exactly what they did, winning 4 rings in 8 seasons. But it's 2025 and the chef is 37. While Dre and Jimmy are 35. That doesn't look too great for the Warriors' future unless someone plans to do a LeBron. But the effects of old age have already seeped in this season, most notably with Steph. His pelvic contusion in late March caused him to miss 2 games in a row. Due to this, his season tally is only at 67 games for now. And this had made 22-year-old Brandin Podziemski step up and take responsibility for the future. Steph. How many more years does he have? We don't know, but it's not going to be as long as I'm playing. I know that. I think I have that going towards my favor, and I think, just being able as a young guy to be an elite role player and learn from the vets, then when they're out and you step into that role, it's like a seamless transition, and I think that's what I've been trying to do. He further added, obviously I'm not Steph Curry, nor am I ever going to be. But it's just, how do I learn his habits, and how do I learn the culture that's been built here? How do I take that, grab that, and lead in my own way? If I'm fortunate to be a main focal piece of the future, said Pods to The Athletic. This season has been sensational for him. He's now a no-brainer in the 5 before every match, and the faith Steve Kerr has shown in him has paid off. Brandin's last 10 have seen him average numbers of 18 8/5, 8/3, 6. It's not just his numbers, but his ability to be a left-handed efficiency demon in the offensive half. He's 51.4% from the 3P line and 49.6% from the field. You don't get that kind of efficiency without learning from the hands of the greatest shooter of all time, Stephen Curry. So he's taken this opportunity in full stride. But his Warriors' career hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows. Pods had to go through the trenches to get to where he is now. And that journey for him has been the most humbling of his life. Brandin Podziemski opens up about initial Warriors' struggle. The Golden State's October training camp in Hawaii might have been Brandin's canon event. For some, even a sniff of the majors gets them in over their heads. We've seen it with Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin in F1. With Klay Thompson leaving the Bay Area for Dallas after 14 years, Pods' temporary appearances in the starting 5 made him believe he'd earned his place. But doesn't it seem too easy? Well, it was certainly deemed so by Steve Kerr. Nobody just comes into this league and gets by without some tough lessons. Turns out Brandin was underperforming at the Hawaii camp, and a legendary coach like Kerr isn't known to take too many chances. So what did he do? Limit his minutes on the court, and make sure he knew exactly why that was the case. He was trying too hard to be an all-star instead of just taking the next step. But Kerr knows what he's doing, and his decision has paid off. Brandin Podziemski is now one of their main starters. That 6-month spiral turned out to be the period where a fruitful desire grew within him, and he's taken that period on the chin, thanking God for supporting him along the way. I always look at people's messages and not the tone they say it in or the public nature of it. Podziemski said, God put me through a humbling experience, whether it be struggling on the court or via injury. Whatever way you look at it, I think it helps me. It really is hard to make shots in the NBA. I always thought because I was able to do it in high school, do it in college, it would just be an easy translatable skill. He's ironed out the wrinkles, kept his head up, and is now one of their future all-star prospects. This has been some turnaround for Brandin Podziemski. From struggling to mature deep in the trenches, his revival is something to be proud of, no matter what team you support. But as for the Dub Nation, it's a moment of pride, knowing they have a player learning from the greats, eyeing to be a great in the future himself.